Hello, everyone. I'm Arnold Hirshon, the president of the Lewis Carroll Society in North America, and I'm sure you know this other guy who's sitting next to me. The Society celebrates our 50th anniversary this year, which is certainly a great occasion. Most of our 18 outstanding founding members, whose names appear on the left, are unfortunately no longer with us. However, happily, 5 are still here to celebrate, and their names are highlighted in green. What our founders hath wrought is extraordinary. And as the current president, I'm also mindful of the great contributions of the presidents who came before me, whose names appear on the right side of the screen. I'm sure we all thank them for their extraordinary efforts on behalf of the society. We're very fortunate that those who formed the society 50 years ago had such great foresight, so that unlike Alice, we have not wandered aimlessly through Wonderland, unsure of which way to go, but rather we created a meaningful and productive path. And so for the next few moments, I'll reflect on some of our accomplishments over the past 50 years, where we are today, and most importantly, how we can ensure that we continue to thrive over the next 50 years. Since 1974, our society has held an astounding 97 conferences in 19 states and Canadian provinces. Over half of the conferences were held in just 2 states. A review of the programs from the last 50 years attests to the rich array of topics that we explored, led by a who's who of highly respected writers, historians, artists, illustrators, and creators from the worlds of literature, art, theater, film, music, and dance. The whole world was thrown off course during the pandemic, but the Society pivoted quickly and boldly. We held our first virtual conferences, and after the pandemic, we reviewed our educational programs to reflect people's travel preferences and budgets. As a result, we changed to hold only one in-person conference during fall of each year, and with a virtual conference held in the spring, such as the one that you're attending today. In addition to our virtual conferences, in 2020, our then president, Linda Cassidy, nimbly launched what have become our highly successful series of virtual events throughout the year. Thus far, we have had 29 such programs, all organized and hosted by the creative and engaging Heather Simmons, with help from the Virtual Events Committee. These programs have been enthusiastically attended by members and have enabled us to reach a large international audience. We are very excited that our fall in-person conference this year will be held at the Boston Athenaeum, a historic institution and one of the most beautiful libraries in the world. We are busy planning a very special gala program. Please look for registration information later this spring. I also must note, with increased costs for other reasons that I'll explain in a moment, after 50 years, this will be the first in-person conference in which we must charge a reasonable registration fee. To ensure our 50th anniversary gala is a special occasion, we're capping the number of attendees. So if you wish to attend, I encourage you to register early. And I also want to thank our local hosts, Alan and Allison Tannenbaum. I'm also very pleased to announce that our 2025 in-person conference will be held in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and will be hosted by Charlie Lovett. More information about that conference is also forthcoming. Fortunately, recordings of our many conferences and virtual programs have been preserved and are readily available on our YouTube channel, which currently provides access to over 110 videos that have been viewed worldwide more than 52,000 times thus far. Again, my thanks to Alan Tannenbaum for keeping this site up to date. We have also had a number of robust ways in which our members stay in touch with us and with each other. Our website is constantly updated to include news of Carrollian collectibles, books, media, events, and scholarship. And our blog is a great way to learn about other Carrollian items of interest, such as the recent post on 9 more astonishing new illustrated editions of Alice. In addition to the website, we have a strong presence on multiple social media platforms on which over 3,500 enthusiastic social media followers regularly interact. And the number of subscribers on each of the platforms continues to grow, including on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Another powerful way in which we serve members is our robust publications program. Twice a year, we issue our exceptional journal, The Night Letter, which under the expert editorship of Mark Burstein has matured from those days as an early newsletter to become what is now a highly respected and well-illustrated journal. The Night Letter now mixes critical essays that represent the best in the field of Carroll studies with in-depth reports about our conferences and events and news about new Carrollian books and ephemera. Members can even download a comprehensive and searchable archive of all the KL issues since 1974. We have also published groundbreaking books and pamphlets, of which thus far there have been 50, such as the 6 volumes of the pamphlet series of Lewis Carroll, the first publication in 1977 of the Wasp and a Wig chapter from Through the Looking Glass, catalogs of important exhibits and bibliographies, and conference proceedings and other scholarly and entertaining works about Lewis Carroll. And we're continuing with an aggressive publications program. This year, we will publish 2 new important publications. The first, Charles Lutwidge Dodgson's bibliography of works published in his lifetime, edited by Charlie Lovett, and the other, Lewis Carroll Collections and Collectors, edited by Edward Giuliano. We're also looking forward to 2025, when we will publish Lewis Carroll's Letters to Henry Saville Clark, the first Alice playwright, edited and annotated by Claire Imholtz. Also expect to publish some shorter ebooks over the next 2 years. There are many more things that the Society does throughout the year. For example, to inspire a new generation of Carroll lovers, we conduct our Maxine Schaefer Memorial Readings at an elementary school before our in-person conferences. At the ending of the program, we distribute cherished copies of Alice to each student. The USC Wonderland Award is an endowed annual multidisciplinary competition for university students to encourage them to transform the life and writing of Lewis Carroll into creative new works with a cash award for the first and second prizes. And the Stan Marks Fund provides honoraria for conference speakers and also supports research about Carroll and his works. Yet, amid all this wonderful good news, for us to be able to celebrate another anniversary 25 or 50 years from now, we must look carefully at how we must adapt if we are to continue to thrive. Unfortunately, our past resources are insufficient to sustain us into the future, in part because of the aging of our membership, and in part because of the changes in the patterns of membership in societies such as ours since the pandemic. We have lost more members than we have gained. You can see on the graph in the left the general downward trend in membership over the past 25 years, a trend that has accelerated over the past 5 years. These declines may seem insignificant, but they represent an important loss of annual revenue that we need to provide for services that you continue to value. In addition, as shown in the chart on the right, our dues have not kept pace with inflation. The $10 dues from 1974 would be equivalent to $63 today, but our actual current dues, which have not changed since before the pandemic, are only $42. Even if we were to stabilize our membership at the current 236 members paying $42 each, the total annual membership revenue is only $9,900. However, compare that to the loss of 74 members since 2020, which is equivalent to the loss of $3,100. Add to that the effects of inflation, which accounts for a loss of another nearly $5,000. Taken together, these two factors account for a loss of $8,000 annually, which is nearly equal to our entire current annual membership revenue of $9,900. Now, I trust that you value our conferences, our virtual programs, our publications, and other services, so I'm asking you for your help. If you're not yet a member, please consider joining. If you are already a member, please consider becoming a sustaining or even a life member. And if you have friends or relatives who may be interested in our programs, publications, and services, but who are not yet members, please encourage them to join or even consider gifting a membership to them. Joining is easy. Just go to our website, click on the Join button in the upper right corner, choose your membership level, add your credit card information, then check out, and voila, you will be a member. And please know how grateful we will be for your support. On behalf of the Lewis Carroll Board, I thank you for your interest and commitment to the Society. We look forward to working with you, our valued members, to ensure that our next 50 years will be as exciting, informative, and entertaining as our past 50 years. Thank you for being with us today. Best wishes to you all as you enjoy the rest of today's conference.